Hey everybody, so one thing I am going to be doing is smoothie packs for back to school. I know it might not seem that helpful when you have all your bags right there in the freezer to pull them out and grab a couple berries or fruit from each, but my son really likes a mixture of the fruit, so even those couple minutes in the morning where I don't have to pull out 10 bags and grab a few things from each, I can just pull out one bag where everything's in it and throw it in the blender will save us time in the morning. So for me, it's worth it. So I am gonna go ahead and show you how I do that. So here is what I have out. I have some sandwich baggies to put those in. And then I have different fruits and veggies. I have some frozen spinach. I have some pineapple. I have some yogurt, and I'll show you, this is how I freeze my yogurt in ice cube trays and pop them out. I have some mango, and then this is a mixture of strawberries, I believe it's raspberries, blackberries, maybe pomegranates. This is a mixture from Costco that I just switched to this bag. These ones are, Sprouts had on sale whole big pineapples for less than $1 a piece. So when that happens, I buy a whole bunch, chop it up, and freeze it myself. It works out to be much cheaper. And anytime I buy strawberries, blueberries, anything like that, and they're about to go bad, which doesn't happen very often, I will just throw them in a Ziploc bag for the freezer for smoothies. So I am going to go ahead and put a few things in each bag, and then in the morning I can just throw that in my blender with a little water or orange juice and make a delicious smoothie. Sometimes we do that for breakfast with a mini muffin. My sons will get plenty of protein from, this is actually Greek yogurt, which has a higher protein, and I do also add a little bit of vanilla protein powder to bump it up as well. So let me go ahead and start the smoothie packs. So you can see these couple I just started, and I have no rhyme or reason. My son just likes something acidic like the pineapple in there. And then I always make sure I have some dark berries to go along with the greens because it kind of hides the taste there. So I just put a few things of each one and a yogurt, and I am good to go. So I'm just going to keep on assembling, and I will show you what it looks like when I'm finished. Okay, so next I'm going to be doing sandwiches for the freezer. If you hear kids, my 3-year-old and 6-year-old are here. And the 3-year-old really wants to help me out. So I'm going to be doing some freezer sandwiches. First, I'm going to be doing salami and cheese. You could use any type of meat, any type of cheese you want. My only tip is to put any kind of like mayonnaise, mustard, anything like that between the meat and cheese, not directly on the bread. Because the meat and cheese on the bread is going to become like a barrier so it doesn't get soggy when it thaws out. You can use any type of bread you want. Today I am going to be doing the salami and cheese on the little Hawaiian rolls because that is my 6-year-old's favorite, and with a little bit of honey mustard. But like I said, you could do anything you want. So I am going to go ahead and get that going. Okay, so Nixon's showing you, what do we have there?
Honey mustard.
Honey mustard. And we are just using some mild cheddar cheese. So I will cut these up into quarters, and some salami. And then we are doing the Hawaiian rolls. I'm going to take this out and just slice the whole thing. That way it's easy to take apart. Okay, so I've sliced these. I did them in half and then half. So I will make 6 and then just pull them apart. It works out easy. And then I cut my cheese into quarters so it'll perfectly fit on there. So now all I have to do is assemble meat on one side, cheese on the other, and then some honey mustard in the middle. So I just perfectly put cheese on one side.
I dropped it.
Oh, don't drop the honey mustard. Sorry, my 3-year-old is being very loud. I'm going to have to, when I put them together, I'm going to have to fold them a little bit better. It's kind of hard with one hand because I'm holding the camera, so I will fix those up. I'll probably put the honey mustard over here. Okay, so I'm just putting a dab-a-doo, that's what I call, of honey mustard right onto my cheese, or you could do it right onto your meat. And maybe these will stick over there. a little bit better onto the honey mustard.
I got a hole. I've been pulling my jammies.
There's a hole in your jammies? That's okay. All right, I'm obviously gonna need 2 hands, so let me show you right here. Okay, so I folded those over and just broke them apart. So there's 6 little perfect sandwiches. I will put each individual one inside a sandwich bag, and then all of those sandwich bags inside a gallon freezer bag, and just stick these right into the freezer. You mean salami? Here you go. You can either pull these out the night before, or even if you pull them out the morning of, they will be defrosted by lunchtime. So it's perfect. Okay, so next, you might have noticed I put on a little makeup, so I look a little bit better for you guys. Since my 3-year-old is currently watching Blaze in the Monster Machines, I'm going to take advantage and do my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So it's as simple as it sounds. Peanut butter and jelly, if you are using kind of like not a dense bread, I would make sure you put peanut butter on both sides of the bread to kind of seal it in, and then put the jelly in the middle. If it's super dense bread, it doesn't really matter. I just have a habit of putting peanut butter on both sides and jelly in the middle just in case, because you don't want them to get soggy when you defrost them. So I'm going to start with 2 loaves. I have a few more that I'd like to get done, but we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to go ahead and make a whole bunch of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Okay, so I have all my bread laid out, and I just smeared some peanut butter on every side. And next I'm going to put a dollop on jelly on 1/2 of them, and then close them up and cut them up. I usually tend to cut them in all different ways. Sometimes I leave them big, sometimes I cut them in half, sometimes I cut them in third. So that way, depending on what else I am packing in their lunches, I can decide how much sandwich they might need. For instance, like my older son, sometimes he likes to take celery with peanut butter to dip. Well, then I would just throw in maybe like 1/3 of a sandwich in with that for a little bit more, but he doesn't need a full one. So, and just so you know, I know this is a lot of sandwiches, and I'm probably doing more, but all 3 of my boys like peanut butter jelly. I like to have some at home for my toddler, and then both of my older ones like to take peanut butter and jelly to school. So with going to school 5 days a week plus a toddler, this will not last that long. Okay, so I went ahead and put jelly on 1/2 of them, and so next is just to put them all together, and then we are going to cut them. Easy peasy. So here are all the sandwiches. I did in kind of different ways. They all have the crust cut off because my kids do not like that, and I found when I left the crust on, they were trying to eat around it and would create more waste. And when you cut the crust off beforehand, you can use the crust to make homemade breadcrumbs, or save it all, make a bread pudding, or like a French toast casserole. It's really good for that. So I did them quite a different ways. Here's a few that are just big, normal sandwiches. Here, I realized the bread I'm using this year is a little bit smaller than the bread I used last year. So I might actually, these are cut in half. I'm actually going to put 3 in per bag for the days they're hungry, like maybe the days they have PE or something, or if I don't have a lot of other filling things. And then the rest I kind of made these homemade Uncrustables. I found this at the Dollar Tree. It just kind of seals the edge and then cuts the crust off. I think you can find them on Amazon or something. I don't know. But if you do not have one of these, I kind of made one to show you. You could use a biscuit cutter, round cutter, or you can even use the bottom of a glass. And you go ahead and cut out your bread, and then use a fork to crimp the side, and you can make it homemade Uncrustable that way. So I'm going to go ahead and get these bagged up for the freezer. Okay, that's it for today. I have my freezer stocked, ready to go. Make sure you are subscribed, because I'm going to have at least one more video of back to school tips to make your life easier in the morning. Freezer sandwiches and smoothie packs are just a little part of that. So I hope to see you next time. Give this video a big thumbs up if you are ready for back to school. And also leave your best back to school tip in the comments down below so we can all learn from each other. All right, take care, and I'll see you next time.